So, as of today, we only have one more Descent com for Year
This isn't a
6,
bad space to
Season
start
1.
in.
I have now collected 71 out of the 72 Descent comms, and the ongoing theme is that 3 to 5 comms in a row will explain some sort of story background, whether it be about the Ortiz company, whether it be about Natalia Sokolova, Calvin McManus, whether it be about Heartland, whether it be about Hoskins and Aaron Keener. And now we are getting more information about these dead division agents that were found in Heartland. Now, I'm not sure if this is giving us more information to just fill in the gaps for how they were supposed to connect this game with Heartland, or are they giving us this information to build up the story for the new DLC? Now, that's what we're going to be discussing in today's video. It's kind of like a theory craft video on top of just like a lore update, because I'm going to keep you up to date on all of these storylines, show you where they are headed, and then we can discuss, where we think the future is going to hold for these characters or this storyline. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about Descent Com number 71 and what's going on with this mutated green poison. Here we go. What's going on, YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. But in today's video, we are going to be talking about lore, storylines, and theories for the upcoming DLC and more regarding the Division franchise. So I hope you enjoy. Now, if you are not up to date on what I am talking about, if you go to your collectibles, there are a few different files that you could go under. Either the new Manhunt First Rogue file, where you could go in here and you could listen to Aaron Keener talk to Hoskins about what's going on with this roster and how McManus has this like list of all of these agents that are on his side that are acting as like double agents. Now, here's what was said during that manhunt, okay?
This is all of them?
Allegedly. Who knows who survived the first wave or the virus, or if he started recruiting off the books. But this is everyone who was enlisted for the program before we were activated.
We know the name of every wolf in sheep's clothing.
We know the name of every agent who believed we may need oversight.
Autonomous. We were promised autonomy, to use our judgment and ISAC's intelligence to make the right call.
And the powers that be decided we couldn't be trusted with that much power, so they needed guard dogs. Just in case.
Their mistake was getting a Labrador to tame a lion.
All right. So that was probably the one comm that everyone listened to because a lot of you did the actual manhunt. However, all of the real information is under the Descent comms, and this was their way of getting the players to play Descent every single week. Now, I know a lot of you, if not a majority of you, do not play Descent, so you rely on these videos to get all of your information on these storylines, which is okay. You don't have to play Descent, just wait for these videos and you're good to go. Now, about the whole storyline and roster, well, that was one of the very first things we got from Hoskins and Aaron Keener. So if we scroll down here, let's see here. So we have Hoskins right here. So he recruits Hoskins to go to Silver Creek. This was their way of connecting the Division 2 with the Division Heartland. Now, yes, the Division Heartland was canceled, but all of these comms are still in the Division 2 because these were made and put into the game prior to the cancellation of Heartland. So this is when Hoskins actually shows up to Silver Creek and she talks about the roster and these agents dying. Here we go.
This place is a war zone. I figured it would be bad, everything is, but you could have warned me it would be this bad.
Welcome to a picturesque...
Thanks. Not the small town vacation I was hoping for. There's fighting in the streets, there's a resistance, but they look like shit. Where the fuck is the division?
You were a good EMT. Remember to ignore the chaos. Cal's Hunter is the mission. Stay alert and expect contact once you get close to the installation.
Now, remember, Calvin McManus did activate a hunter, and he did send that hunter with his own group of rogue agents, or I guess newly recruited hunters, to Silver Creek. Now, the task that Aaron Keener was giving Hoskins was Aaron Keener knew that Calvin McManus sent this hunter and his team to Silver Creek. So what Aaron Keener was doing was he recruited a division agent called Hoskins, and he had Hoskins go in there solo dolo, and she found out all of this information. Here's the next one.
Any opposition?
None.
No one was guarding the base?
No. If there are any survivors, they fled.
Did you find what they were looking for?
Isaac did. Echo reconstruction.
Good. What was it?
USB drive. With a roster.
Did you recover the drive?
I wouldn't be calling if I didn't.
Good. Anything else of interest?
Yeah. The way the agents here died. I asked Isaac to do a sweep and status report of any agents. 4 hits came back, all deceased. They were infected with green poison, but that's not what killed them. Team went to a local lab working on the antiviral for DCD before they scattered and died.
You might want to scrub that from the servers.
I don't know how to do that.
Don't worry. Theo can take care of it. What's the lab called?
Now, what's the lab called? And that's how it ends. Hoskins finds this roster from Calvin McManus's hunter, and then she also finds out through the Echo reconstruction that it involved 4 deceased agents, and they were infected with the green poison. They went to this outpost, and they all started dying and scattering. So this is where we go into the new set of comms. So if I scroll all the way down here, the last 4 comms have all been following this new agent called Donovan Tower. Now, Donovan Tower and his agents are all infected with this new mutated green poison. Now, this is the part that I'm thinking is either linking everything to Heartland, and this is how we were supposed to go to Heartland, because remember, in the division Heartland, there are these contaminated areas. It's not green poison, and it's not what we see here in the Division 2. It's more of like a red type of cloud of contamination, and this red cloud, I'm assuming, is this mutated virus, because that's what we were supposed to be involved with, in Heartland. Because in Heartland, you're supposed to be this division agent from Boston, and then you go into Heartland and you're trying to figure out what's going on, help establish a base of ops, and then help the community. So this is where I'm not sure if they're going full tilt into Heartland, or if this is information that we will be having for the new DLC. Because remember, the new DLC has Aaron Keener, Agent Keener, that's funny, has Aaron Keener and Hoskins in Brooklyn. And he has already said in the comms that they have a base of ops, a safe house, a settlement, if you will, in Brooklyn to help figure out where Calvin McManus's hunters are and try to take out the entire system. Because remember, Aaron Keener has told Hoskins that it doesn't matter how many hunters you take on, it's all about their tech. It's all about the facilities. Once you take that out, then all the hunters are then useless. They won't have all of that extra technology. So that's part of that DLC. But here, let's talk about this mutated virus and see where this is going.
We have a situation at the lab. Hope that you and your crew of geniuses could help us out.
You have your own crew of geniuses, don't you?
I do, but they're panicking. We've had an outbreak. The whole lab is infected. Geniuses and grunts, doesn't matter. We're all fucked.
I'm sorry to hear that, Donovan, but you should have the resources to handle an outbreak.
That's a thing. They think it's mutated. It's the poison, all right, but it's different. They're afraid. We need help. If you could just talk to them and give us some more med kits.
I'm sorry, Don, but that's not possible. We don't have much left. After the outbreak at the detention center and what happened on Roosevelt Island, we don't have anything to spare. Let alone any way to get any supplies to you. Sarah's basically abandoned. Why do you think I'm here?
Fuck.
I am sorry. You have your lab. I hope you're able to figure something out.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so that was the first one where Donovan is reaching out. Their lab is infected. Everyone's freaking out. And it's a mutated virus. Now, here, I believe this is all in Silver Creek because this is the group of division agents that end up dying, and they're a part of that echo reconstruction for Hoskins. Now, I'm not sure if Donovan is one of the deceased agents, but he definitely has agents under him that are all sick just like him. So I'm assuming that these are all of the agents that have deceased in Silver Creek. So a big part of me thinks that this is all Heartland related, but with Heartland being canceled, I'm wondering if this mutated virus is then going to make its way to Brooklyn, or if Brooklyn is just going to be strictly a Hunter versus Rogue DLC. Because remember, all of the Rogue agents technically are with Aaron Keener, and then all of the Hunters are with Calvin McManus and Natalia Sokolova. But this is just the first one. Here's the next one.
For your sake, this better work.
Work is a relative term, but you'll live.
I don't like being your guinea pig, Kane.
We don't have any other options. I'm sorry, but this mutation of the virus, it's not responding to the antivirals. I wish I had more time to perfect a broad spectrum, but I'm sorry. We're out of time.
I don't think you're sorry. I think you're glad we're infected.
Donovan.
Another opportunity for you to test your research. It's fine, Liam. I get it. We're out of time. There's no other way. But I'm warning you, if I lose even one of my people from your experiment, your death will not be quick.
Donovan, this will keep us alive. It will keep the virus in check. But I need live variola chimera samples to continue the work, to actually make a cure.
If I live, I'll get you those samples. You just get those auto-injectors ready. We'll be your little pigs. But if you fuck this up, you will unleash the wolf.
Unleash the wolf. Now, right there, I automatically thought about the Hunters because the Hunters, their main logo is the wolf. Once you anger me, you don't want to see the wolf. You know, almost like a Incredible Hulk type of quote. You know, you won't want to see me when I'm angry or some crap. So it's seeming as if Donovan has taken some sort of experimental BSAV, which is a broad spectrum antiviral. Now that for a lot of people might sound familiar because that was what we were picking up in, like, say, Survival. And that, I believe, was what we were picking up in Heartland. So I'm still really on the line here on whether this is just all Heartland ties or if this is finally going to go into the DLC. But here we go. Here's a few more good little tidbits.
How close are you to finishing your broad-spectrum antiviral?
Mr. Tower, I'm sure you're well aware that project is a matter of national security and you do not have the proper clearance.
Highly classified, I understand. But I don't have time to deal with red tape bullshit. We got our own antiviral in development, but that shit is going to kill us sooner or later.
Oh, well, if you have anything at all, you're in a better position than 90% of the country.
Fuck that. We need live virus samples of the unmutated green poison, and we need them yesterday. Without them, the geniuses here can't do the tests they need.
Oh, I am so sorry we can't help you. Our work here is our only priority. Oh, I do recommend you reach out to DCD headquarters.
You know what? Fuck you and fuck your lab.
So here he's reaching out to all of these different labs. That one was Ann Arbor, and then she recommended, DCD headquarters and all of that. They keep referencing all of the people that he is contacting. They keep referencing DC and Roosevelt Island and DCD headquarters and all of these things about the antivirals and about them, combating whatever virus that they have on their hands. Now, it doesn't seem like it's the same as what Donovan is experiencing. So that was Ann Arbor, and then this week he checks in with MIT. Now, MIT is Boston. So remember, the Heartland agent was going from Boston to Silver Creek. So let's see what Donovan has to do in MIT.
Everyone is giving me the fucking finger now, Mackenzie. How do you think I fucking feel?
Calm down, Donovan.
You know Wendy Wright is dead, right? I had to step up, take charge. And now my people are barely hanging on. DCD are useless. Ann Arbor is fucking incompetent. And you're telling me to calm down?
I didn't know. I'm really sorry to hear that.
Listen to me, Agent. If we can't get what we need, I'm not sure what will happen. Steps will need to be taken.
Steps? What do you mean by steps?
Tell me, how close is MIT to manufacturing a proper BSAV?
Not close enough.
Are you giving me the finger too, Reed?
I'm telling you I'm sorry. I wish we could help, but we're not ready.
All right. So he then reached out to MIT asking them if they have a broad spectrum antiviral ready. And then they said, not quite, take care, peace. And then, of course, he's running out of options here. But this comm is what made me think that this might be going into the DLC. Because at first, it was, hey, we have a new mutated virus. Hey, can you help us? Blah, blah, blah. Meaning, hey, come to, Heartland and help us. Well, with Heartland being canceled, this comm struck me as odd because he said, if you're not going to help, steps are going to be taken and we'll go get the help. Which means that these agents are either, about to go to all of these different labs and try to take them over and go rogue. But he said you don't want to release the wolf. So I'm assuming these are all Calvin McManus's people and that they are all capable of becoming hunters. So that kind of leads into the DLC because in the DLC, we're going to be with Aaron Keener, Hoskins, Theo Parnell, and Kelso trying to figure out how to take down not only Calvin McManus, Natalia Sokolova, but the entire Hunter network and Black Tusk network. So this is all really starting to come together. Now, the only thing we're missing is the very last comm, which we will be able to get next week. But as of right now, it's looking as if these agents are either about to go rogue and try to take over these facilities to get an antiviral, or maybe they're just all going to die and this was just all a Heartland tie-in. But what do you think? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I think that this is somehow going to... it really seems as if we're going to get like an invasion, like a invasion of hunters, if you will. Like maybe a hunter will go try to take over DCD to find an antiviral. Maybe a hunter will go to Roosevelt Island and try to find an antiviral. Maybe we'll have something in Brooklyn that has something to do with these research labs and these broad spectrum antivirals. But either way, it's all starting to come together, and I just wanted to piece it all together for you and see what you thought. Because it's always cool to have other people's, perspectives on these things. But that was it. So I hope you enjoyed. I will be back again next week to give you the last collectible, and then we can see where this storyline ends for Year 6, Season 1. But again, that's it for me. I'm Kamikazevondoom. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.